Your choice. All right, so hi everybody. It is August 11th. It's actually the 33rd anniversary of the Mall of America. I saw that in the news. And I was there. I remember when it opened, and I actually started working the next day. I applied to the Coffee Beanery, which is out of Detroit, Michigan, coffee company. It's no longer here in the Twin Cities, but it's still up in Detroit, I heard. If you go to the airport, you'll see it there. But anyways, fun fact. Okay, so welcome everybody. We just got done with our conversation for going deeper. And the question is, do you have any vices, habits that hold you back in life? So a lot of us shared different things. Some people mentioned comparing themselves. Some talked about intensity or just some fears or sleeping in things that, probably that we need to do too. So it's finding that balance, right? So, think about in your own life if you have that. The challenge for the week is what's good here. So try a new restaurant. I think I pulled this one before. Try a new restaurant you've never been to. And when was the last time you tried something totally new? So that's actually a good question, isn't it? That's a good question if you're ever at a party and people are like, what have you done? So what's something, the last time you tried something totally new? Ooh, and then to challenge yourself to go to a restaurant. So that wouldn't be too hard of a challenge. I'm always for eating out to some degree, right? So those are some good challenge words. And I love this kitty cat book because cats make me feel good. And let's see what we got this week. It's a cat on a horse, and I cannot see through there. It says, make unconventional choices. Ooh, make unconventional choices. So sleeping on the back of a horse, I guess would be unconventional for a cat. So that's pretty cool. And then I thought for the reading, I'll do the reading today in that order. Some people have to drop off earlier. This is from the Course of Miracles. If some of you have heard of it, that book. It's really thick and it's really detailed. You don't want, it's not a read that you would want to read on your own. So, but this is a quote section from lesson 20 from a workbook, because I try to attend an online book discussion group on it, and it's paragraph 2, and I'll read it to you. It says the seeming, and it's lesson 70 is about my salvation comes from me. So, maybe not your true salvation. We're not, going into religion, but just salvation in general. And paragraph 2, it says the seeming cost of acceptance. Today's idea is this. It means that nothing outside yourself can save you. Nothing outside yourself can give you peace. So that was actually my quote for last time we met in the book club. The seeming cost of acceptance today idea is this. It means that nothing outside of yourself can save you, and nothing outside of yourself can give you peace. So a nice way to, paraphrase would be like the peace comes from within, right? And acceptance comes from within. And maybe it kind of plays in with this a little bit, right? Our vices, that nothing outside is going to save you, and nothing, can give you peace. It has to come from within. So yeah, I thought that was a nice little reading, and that's from lesson. And then, I love to read from this book. And for August 11th, it's a short one. It says, while running, somebody talked about the love for running. It's by Georgia O'Keeffe. It says, to see takes time. To see takes time. Wow, that's a short sentence, 4 words. Right? Straight to the point that makes you really think. Man, that's one, I think I'm going to memorize that one. To see takes time. And it says, while running. So anyways, he goes into a little personal story about himself and living with cancer, surviving cancer. If you want to read that. And he just talks about sitting quietly and call to the part of you that resists being pruned, and affirm it. So letting go of what you can affirm yourself. So check that out, Mark Nepo. If you haven't bought that book, I would highly recommend it. It's probably like at a used bookstore too, because it's like 20 years old. It's not new. So yeah, well, good. So those are the readings for this week. I want to go into my song right away so that you can see it. Let me see if I have it handy. Like I said, I am using an iPad and not my normal laptop, so that original song will work. So let me see if I can get the lines. So this is a song that I took original and redid it, and I got to share it. I finished it last Wednesday when I helped co-lead a song circle here in town, which is like the most popular song circle in town. One of the top two, I would say for sure. And got to play the song with everybody, and it's in that recording that I had it. Okay, and I had many versions of the song because I wrote a lot of lyrics at one time, and then I wrote less lyrics because it's community singing has to be less lyrics. So let me get back. I got it copied. I'm putting it into the chat, and I will share it with the others. But it's a rhythm. So hit return. No. Oh, my phone is, there we go. It went. All right, good. So people on folks will see it on chat, and otherwise you guys will see it on the recording, whoever watches later, which I'm not sure if anybody watches later, and I know it's a lot of work to record and type it up, but I'll keep recording it because you never know. Someday you might regret not recording it, right? So got the guitar tuned. I don't have the amp on right now, but I think you can hear it. Can you hear the guitar? Okay, I got a nod. Yay. Okay, so the lyrics are, we are breathing, our hearts are beating, what could be better than this? So it's actually, I redid on my other song. I said, you are breathing, your heart is beating, what could be better than this? But I'm calling the song We Are because there's a lot of we are on there. So the next one is, yes, I know some have to go. Thanks for staying as long as you could. So the other part is, we are grateful, our souls are hopeful, what could be better than this? We are singing, our bodies are beaming, what could be better than this? And then we are sharing, we are caring, we do make a difference. We are loving, we are forgiving, we do make a difference. We are healing, we are moving, we do make a difference. And it sounds really better in person with multiple people, but you can hear the song and enjoy. All right, so it goes, we are breathing, our hearts are beating, what could be better than this? We are grateful, our souls are hopeful, what could be better than this? We are singing, our bodies are beaming, what could be better than this? We are sharing, we are caring, yes, we do make a difference. Oh, sorry, I noticed the lyrics, I didn't have the yes in there, so sorry, it was the old version if I didn't post that in there. Or the lyrics I'm looking at is actually not that way, so anyways, we'll keep going. So let's do that one again. We are sharing, we are caring, yes, we do make a difference. We are loving, we are forgiving, yes, we do do make a difference. Let's go to the beginning all over again. We are breathing. Our hearts are beating. What could be better than this? We are grateful. Our souls are hopeful. What could be better than this? We are singing. Our bodies are beaming. What could be better than this? 'Cause we are sharing. We are caring. Yes, we do make a difference. We are loving. We are forgiving. Yes, we do make a difference. We are healing. We are moving. Yes, we do make a difference. And let's do that last line a couple of times. We are healing. We are moving. Yes, we do make a difference. We are love, healing. There we go. We are moving. Yes, we do make a difference. I say 2 more times. Let's do that. We are healing. We are moving. Yes, we do make a difference. We are healing. We are moving. Yes, we do make a difference. So that is my song. I'm calling it We Are for now, but I think I'm going to record it in the upcoming album. Maybe tweak something or maybe 2, but maybe not, because I love some of those lines. So I hope those are inspiring for you or felt good. And let's go into movement. Let's do some movement. After we take all that good energy, then we'll go into a little bit of meditation and lymphatic work. All right, so if you want to sit, you can, or stand. I'm going to see what looks good for the iPad. Probably sitting, just because it's hard to angle. My laptop is better for that. So let's pretend that we're just sitting today, which I think is better for my body, because it's been a very busy week. I was able to celebrate my birthday with a bunch of friends. It was a milestone birthday, and yeah, it's better to rest today. So let's get into our bodies and imagining being still. So if you're in a chair, if you can be on the edge of your chair, great. If you need back support and you want to be further back, you can. Whatever feels good for you. Back support is more comfortable, easier on the body. But if you want more toning of your abdomen, more strengthening on the edge of your chair is better. So let's just notice and feel the posture of our body before we begin some movement. And this is something actually I just learned from another qigong teacher, Joel Ronington. He's here in the Twin Cities. He teaches a little bit more traditional and Dragon Tiger qigong, but wonderful instructor. And he was talking about feeling like wiggling of your fingers. So the one is wiggling your fingers, but then there's the etheric field, which is what's kind of beyond your fingers. So it's kind of like when you know somebody's in your personal space, you're like, oh, you're too close to me, right? They're right next to you. It's kind of your etheric field. It kind of goes around you, your senses. You can kind of feel like if somebody's near you, you'd be like, oh, you're near me. You can sense the present. So some people say wiggle the fingers and now stop. And now imagine moving your aura around your fingers without moving your fingers. So it's moving the etheric field. So just play with it. It's something that he never experimented with either, but he learned it from some guy in England. So now let's wiggle the fingers again, just noticing and feeling, and we're moving our real physical fingers, and then stop and imagine your mind moving your fingers from the outside, and just notice how that feels in your body. And you might not get it. It might make no sense what I'm saying, but you might be like, ooh, this is kind of cool. So let's wiggle our fingers again, feeling that, and then stopping and noticing that if you're still wiggling, imagine yourself wiggling the outside of your fingers energetically, if that makes sense to you. And let's do that 2 more times. I like the set of 5 today. I know I did my song 5 times that last chorus. I like that word, we are healing, right? And we are moving. So let's stop our fingers and still move in our etheric field. And let's do that one last time. Just kind of playing with our senses and what our body perceptions, right? And then holding it again. And feeling like you're moving the outside of your fingers. For me, that created a lot of warmth. So for you, you might play with it and see how it feels in your body, and it's all good, whatever you experience. All right, so we're doing some chair. Welcome. We got a new person online recording, so I don't want to bother saying hi, but at the end, we can check in. So we're going to do some movement. We just played with wiggling our fingers and the etheric field around it and vice versa. So let's do a little bit of bouncing. We're doing chair version just to make it easier on our bodies, but you're welcome to stand and you can bounce with your knees. But when you're in the chair, just kind of do it with your whole body. And let's also go to side. Maybe it's harder to do that in the chair. Bouncing and shaking your wrists, but they really like activating the wrist, bending at the wrist. There's a lot of 5 different meridians go through the wrist. So just moving your wrists is really powerful in qigong and tai chi. So even though you don't feel like you're doing much, as in you're in a chair, but if you're moving your wrists, you're doing stuff. You're moving your chi. And then let's bring the hands to the opposite side. Just gently tapping. This is our lung meridian point. And let's bring the hands up. We can look goofy and funny. I'm liking the sunlight that's coming in right now. It's nice to see. And you can lift your heels if you're in a chair. You can't see my heels right now, but you can lift your heels, bounce with your hands, and then gently come down. All right. I feel like I'm going to try to position this a tiny bit lower so you can see better. I know last couple weeks we've been working on the Tai Chi for better balance. So let's do it the chair version. So what we've done, for some of you haven't been here in a while, and that's okay too. But hey, tilting the camera like that helped. So if you're in a chair and you want to do a chair version, right, sitting on the edge, having your feet together. I'm going to mirror you, and that's all you have to copy. And just play along with it. It doesn't have to be perfect, and we can break it down another time. But get that nice upright posture. Chin is tucked in, hip, shoulders, ears in alignment, and feet flat on the ground. And we want to just gently check in with our bodies, noticing our physical body. And since I did mention earlier the etheric body, what traces along around us, which is like 1 inch from our body. Just noticing that part of our body, like honey dripping down our hands. You have to notice that. So let's having the nice upright posture. Lift the left leg to represent the beginning. Hands rise up and gently come down. We're going to gently hold the ball on the right side. Engage the hip flexors. You can still do that in a chair. If you want to lift your foot, you can, to signify walking over, and then hold the ball to the other side. You can, again, engage the hip flexors a little bit. And if you want to lift the foot, you can, and carrying the ball. So engage the hip flexors. You can see a little bit. Lift the foot and then hand goes down, up and around, and the other hand follows. It's kind of like they're magnets. They're connected. So engage the hip flexors, lift the foot. That signifies hand goes up and this goes under. And let's do that a few more times because it's kind of different to do it in a chair. So engage the hip flexors, lift the foot, hand goes out and holding the ball. Other side, engage the hip flexors, opening up a little bit, lift the foot, and hands come and they sink. So that was kind of fun. We did it 3 times. Let's go to the other one, which is parting the horse's mane. I'll go a little bit further back, which is you would step your foot out, hands go down, out, like you're parting that horse's mane. You're touching the horse. And then you would lift the foot. Well, can't see my foot. No, almost there. Lift the foot and then hold that ball. So engage the hip flexors, put the foot out, hand goes out. Turn the foot inward so it's more straight and hold the ball. So just play with it. If it doesn't make sense, that's okay. So engage the hip flexors, lift the foot out at a slight angle. The foot is at a slight angle. I lift the foot and then place it down. And now we do that again. Engage the hip flexors, put the foot out, lift the toe and carry the ball. And let's do that a few times. This is good for you in many ways, especially if you're older or you're deconditioned. Hands going out, lift the toe, it helps with the shins. Sometimes tripping happens because we're not used to lifting our foot. So it's hard to see, but you're lifting the foot. So that helps. Engage the hip flexors, parting, lift the foot, and then come back. Let's do that one more time. Maybe that was the 3rd time, but let's call it one more time. So engage the hip flexors. Stepping out, lift the foot and hold, and engage the hip flexors, lift, hand goes out, lift the foot and hold. All right, the next movement that we started, I think we started cloud or single whip. Yeah, we did do single whip last time. So you make the whip, and then if you want to, you can lift the foot, shift the weight from one butt cheek to the other. So since we don't shift our, you can shift your weight as you shift and then bring that hand under. So make the whip, engage your hip flexors, I forgot to say that. Lift the foot, hand goes out, shift the weight to that butt cheek, shift the weight back, and hold the ball. All right, so it might feel weird to do this in a chair, but don't worry. So here's the hip flexors, or the single whip, open up the hip flexors, push, engaging that weight, shift, and then carrying the ball. Engage the hip flexors, lift the foot or step out, and then hold the ball. Or single whip. So for a second I forgot what I was doing. So single whip, there we go. They call that a brain fart. All right, let's do that one more time. Engage the hip flexors, lift the foot, make that whip, shift the weight back, and carry the ball. Make the single whip, lift the foot, shift that weight, shift it back, and carry the ball. And to signify the ending, hands crisscross, and slowly come to the end. So that's a lot to throw at you if you've never seen it before, but let's run through it. Typically in Tai Chi, to make it Tai Chi, you do 1 repetition. You don't do 3, 4, 5 times like I am. That's more qigong. But I'm doing that so you can get familiar and see it. But let's do it once all the way through. Traditionally, that's how it's done. You just do it once. So let's just do that all at once. So feet together, hands by your side, chin is tucked in, and Tai Chi for better balance, commence. Lift the foot, hands rise, and then coming down. Hold the ball on the right side so we can go out to the left. Lift the left foot, bottom hand goes under, and hold the ball. Engage the hip flexor, lift the foot, hand goes under, and then hold the ball. Parting horse's mane. Engage the hip flexor, foot's at a slight angle, hold the horse down, lift the foot, and hold the ball. Engage the hip flexors, stepping out, holding the ball, lift the foot, and bring it back. Engage the hip flexors, make a whip, gently shift your weight, and bring the ball in. Engage the hip flexors, make the whip, gently shift the weight for a single whip, and then come back, hold the ball. Hands crisscross, going over your etheric field, and hands come down, and we bring the feet back together. I feel like doing it one more time so that we can say we've done it like 3 times, but I'm looking at the time as well. So let's just do it quickly one more time, and I might go a little bit over. If you have to drop out, I understand. All right, so hands, let's do a commencement. So Tai Chi for better balance, commence. Lifting the left foot, hands rise, and hands come down. Holding that imaginary ball on the right side, engaging the hip flexors, lifting the left foot, carrying the ball, carrying it to the left. Engage the hip flexors, lift the right foot, bottom hand goes under, and hold. Now we do parting horse's mane. Engage the hip flexors, step out, hold the person down or the horse down, and then bring the foot back. Hold the ball, engage the hip flexors, stepping out at an angle, lift the toe, and then reposition. Engage the hip flexors, single whip, shift the weight to the other butt cheek, shift the weight back, bring the foot in, hold the ball, engage the hip flexor, that and the single whip, gently shift the weight, and bring the foot back in. Hands crisscross to signify the ending, and hands slowly come down, bring the left foot together, and just feeling the stillness in our body. Maybe you feel warmth in your hands, maybe you feel nothing. Hope you feel a bit more relaxed, that's the goal. Not frazzled, and like I said, nobody's judging you. You don't need to be perfect. It's just moving with your body in soft, continuous motion. And let's take a deep breath. Exhale, and let's gently just do some little tapping as a cool down, and we can go right into our meditation if you like. So tightening up the fist if you like, opening them, tightening, lifting your heels, opening, and one more time. All right, so good transition, relaxation. Well, sit on your back of your chair if you were on the edge, and invite you. We'll just kind of do a nice 5-minute meditation just because I'm looking at the time. We did extra talking today, which is, fun, and it's a bonding experience, which is wonderful. So taking a deep breath, getting into our bodies, into our etheric field as well, if that helps. Coming down to your skin, the outer edge, just a little bit above, like an inch above your skin. Noticing like the fabric, right? That affects our skin and our aura. And our body gets used to it, right? We ignore it after a while. But if you pay attention to it, like I can feel the clothes under my armpit or above my shoulder, especially if it's too tight, right? So noticing what's touching us. Maybe where's your hands? Is it on your lap or is it on the chair? Are you laying down? Do you have shoes on? Maybe you don't even notice it before, right? But now you notice, yes, I'm wearing shoes. Or no, I'm wearing socks. Or I am wearing socks. Noticing your pants or shorts, skirt, what have you. Noticing the temperature in the room. Noticing the light level. Do you have a lot of light? And noticing our breath. And just gently breathing in through our nose and exhaling at a gracious, loving pace. As in our reading today from Mark Nepo, he quoted us George O'Keeffe, which is a very short quote for August 11th, which was four words. To see takes time. So we've been talking about the etheric field, which is kind of just above our body. Sometimes, a lot of times you'll see qigong people having just a little bit, that's our etheric field, or they're playing with the etheric field, and they'll put it like at their dantian, which is by their belly button. So playing with that etheric field. So noticing, to see takes time. I can memorize that, right? George O'Keeffe, to see takes time. So to feel takes time. It's easy to not know what we're feeling. The younger we are, the busier we are, the time when we have less time to meditate and go within our body, within our thoughts or our emotions. Sometimes our bodies, our minds don't let us. So welcoming is the first part, being aware and welcoming. To see takes time. And the cat challenge was to sleep on the back of a horse, was the example. Can't remember the page now, but defining things that are not necessarily the most typical, but finding comfort where you need to find it. And same with our vices. We talked about, our discussion question was, what vice or what habits you have that might be holding you back. Just being aware, but welcoming them. You don't have to be judgmental of yourself. Know that your body is doing the best it can. And your mind, your ego is doing the best that you can at any given situation, and it's important to listen and also have a balance. So you're just welcoming that balance, whatever might feel out of balance, making it aware, and just welcoming a more balanced approach. Whatever is happening in our lives, physically, welcoming more balance with our health, mental health, our emotional health. Just welcoming the balance. There's no need, you don't have to prove yourself. In our reading, we did a reading from the Course of Miracles, and it was on lesson 70 that talked about in the workbook that the seeming cost of acceptance. Today's idea is that it means nothing outside yourself can save you, and nothing outside yourself can give you peace. So taking accountability to create that peace within. So welcoming and feeling aware. And there's no judgments. Nobody's better than the other. Nobody's going to a bad place or a good place because of it. Everything is okay the way it is. And we just welcome more acceptance and awareness in our habits that might be holding us back, and just sending it beautiful love. Some people love to imagine light or color. You can imagine light or color as you think about the idea of that, or maybe it's in your body part that needs love. Sending light and love and color to that area of your life that you could benefit more balance with, more of a holistic approach that might be holding you back. And if nothing comes to mind, that's okay. You're just welcoming that love and awareness, and just know that, you know, the spirit is working within. It's going to help you balance the greater sense of you. It's going to help balance the ego, the mind, the spirit, all that is working together to keep us here in this illusion, this moment, in this body that we're very grateful for in this time and space. Grateful that we have it as a beautiful experience as we're walking on this earth. So let's take some deep breaths, feeling more love. Maybe you're breathing in that love, that color, that light, as we think about that love and awareness. Let's do that one more deep breath. And then I welcome you to gently place your fingers, and we'll do 6 more deep breaths. We'll put it here at the bridge. You can either push down just gently, like an ant walking on you, or gently pushing up, just very gentle. And we'll do 6 deep breaths together. Nice inhale. And a beautiful exhale. Maybe you're blowing out the candles, sending love again. Breathing in goodness and exhaling love. Let's do that a 3rd time. A 4th. Really letting your belly fill up with air if you can, letting the diaphragm expand because that helps the lymphatic system as well. And then gently exhale. 2 more times. And 1 last time. We can soften and let that go and gently go down our face. Just soft. And 1 more time. And over the ears. Top of the head, going over the ears, leading to the clavicle. And 1 more time, going behind the head and to the clavicle, around the neck. This always gets me. I gotta take my ponytail out. There is a qigong move. I think I told you that sometimes it's called 10 fingers moving through the forest, which is true in my case. All right, so the last one, going behind the ears, leading it to the clavicle. Same side. And the other. And now we go around the chest, leading to the clavicle. Arm up and down is your choice. Now over the clavicle, or clavicle, over the chest. I'm a little goofy today. Yesterday was really busy for me. All right, now over the sternum, on the same side, leading up to the clavicle. And now the other side, gently sweeping around. Doing that 5 times. And ideally, if you can do this in a shower, that's better. Now over the chest, leading it to the clavicle. And 1 more time. And now the sternum. And if you're thinking about it, we need a scarf or a towel, or you can use a partner, a friend. And we want to do some 5 back upstrokes on the trapezoid muscle, which is between the shoulder blade. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it doesn't matter which side you do first, just as long as you do both. And now the other. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And last one, gently going down. Should we do the face? I think we should. Let's do the face. Fingers above the forehead. You know, it's a moderate air quality day, so I feel like if we can give more lymphatic or support, the better. Let's do 2 fingers around the eyebrows, at least here in Minnesota. And then underneath. And then across and down, like you're making a number 7. And one more time. Now we're going to do in front of the ears, so across the cheeks and down. So across the cheeks, up and down. And one more time. 2 fingers underneath the chin, going to the jaw. Gently massaging. And then last one, going down the neck to the clavicle. And just a good measure of draining the lymphatics of the clavicle, let's turn our neck. Just gently putting your hand there. Just a little bit of, no pressure, just placing your hand. And one more time. And now the other. And one more time. All right, wonderful. That felt so good. So I'm going to stop the recording and I'm going to open up for discussion and feedback.